So thank you, Ian, for inviting me, and thank you, Jose, for giving me the opportunity to speak over here. So we'll quickly start with a video.
Every year, a massive amount of perfectly usable items are either thrown away or stay stocked at inaccessible places, eventually converting them to scrap over time. At Totally.com, we help businesses recover the value of these unused assets, thereby reducing the total losses. We are a one-stop aggregator for all the valuable people around us, who help us to resell and reuse these assets by redistributing them to places where they are needed the most. Together, we open up a new source of abundant goods with second life at affordable prices. Let us use the power of reuse, recover, and reduce and revalue goods to make this world a more sustainable place. We are an asset liquidation company, Totally.com.
So by viewing this video, most of you would have connected to what Tokri is all about and how we are working towards sustainability by doing the circular movement of the goods. So we talk a lot about saving electricity, which has got the highest carbon footprint, using sustainable sources of energy generation like solar, water, or wind. And we then talk about using these sustainable sources of energy to generate new products, keep back on the shelf to be purchased. So what about the products which are lying on the shelf, which already have been generated, created, and are lying unused in the surplus inventory of the companies? So this is what. So now I begin. So Tokri is all about, we love to create abundance from the waste, which is already available in the market. And we are a platform for pre-loved products. So the idea of Tokri came back in the mind in 2016 when the e-commerce was booming. So I thought of a secondary market wherein these e-com company will have a lot of surplus stocks that will lie unused. And when the goods being sold to the companies, they will be returned, then they will also generate a huge carbon footprint. So that was the idea which came to my mind. And it got materialized in 2020, post-COVID, when one of my friends' company gave me an opportunity to liquidate their assets because they wanted to reduce down on their physical presence as more and more people wanted to work from home. So that is when we liquidated office furnitures, healthcare products, and then the boom and the requirement came when people wanted these products. So easily, we got a moment when within 10 to 12 days, we sold more than 2,000 chairs and quickly sold off all the liquidated assets. So that gave me a boom. So this is what. So we aim to bring a movement through our Tokri.com platform, wherein we want to move the goods in a circular motion and bring this circular movement in our society. We embrace the power of free. Everyone talked about revaluing goods, reusing the goods. So this is what we think of. Re-infra is something that is very close to my heart. So whenever we talk about small companies or people starting up in Bangalore, we see a lot of startups coming up and they face financial crunch. So instead of wasting a huge money on setting up their infra, they can set up the whole infra at a cost of less than 30% if they go and buy a new product. So if you think of the global problem, every year $1 billion worth of perfectly usable items are thrown and they lie unstocked and either sold to the waste guys or the scrap dealers who never realize the full value or the potential and are not able to recover the full value to the seller and also end up in earning a small margin and ending up in the landfills. So solution, during the past 18 months, we have built a strong, trustworthy network of B2C consumers and B2B consumers. So initially it was B2B during COVID times when it was work from home. And then when the pandemic levels dropped down, a lot of B2B customers like hospitals, organizations, colleges, then startups took a lot of furniture from us and set up their whole infra. So Tokri.com is for individuals and the organizations help them set up their whole competition. When we talk about competition, people think of disposing of their assets in an unorganized manner. And that is the reason why this unorganized asset people are not also interested to buy, because they are not well managed. So we want to manage this whole asset of liquidation and give a value to this so that people feel comfortable in buying. Whenever we go to a market for buying a new product, we have 1,000 questions. So definitely people will be having a lot more questions when they go and buy a used product. So that is what we want to bring, comfortable situations to the people's mind when they go and select such assets. So that is what all about traction. So initial days we had B2C traction, then the traction is growing, and we have number of repeatable customers from B2B partners. So roughly this is the liquidation market size, the data taken from the internet. I have not worked much on that. So the market is growing, the population is growing, and thereby the demand will grow. So that we want to fulfill the desire also of the luxury at a low cost. So that can be done with such liquidated products. So we have currently one experience center in Bangalore, and by partnering with many other people across the country, we want to help them set up such experience center so that the unused products, surplus products can be disposed of locally. So here is how we want to, when the need will increase, then the need of the products to be sold will be increasing. So we want to partner with more merchants, more e-com companies wherein they can come to us and help us onboard their unused surplus assets on our liquidation platform and open up for individuals or people around the country to set up their own experience centers. So at the end, I would like every one of you to participate with us, because it's a consumer behavior at the end and the consumer desire with the liking that we can use the used assets. That is how we can move towards a sustainable future with a bigger impact. So with that, I finish off, and I'll be open for questions later on. Thank you, everyone.